Hello everybody, it's finally that time of the year. It is Halloween, it's right around the corner, and for today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to do this BT21 spooky Halloween inspired nail art. First, I've already applied base coat beforehand, but I'm just going to start with orange on my index and ring fingernails, and then painting the thumb, middle, and pinky nails purple. Then apply a generous layer of top coat to seal the base color and also to even out the surface. For the index nail, we are going to be doing RJ's design, which is the Grim Reaper, and I'm just starting with a basic RJ alpaca head shape. So that's kind of like a flower. It definitely has a scalloped edge, and it doesn't really matter how many of the little scallop parts you have as long as it looks like a flowerish alpaca design. And you can see on the right I have this part that's like kind of coming in. That's going to be his hood, and then you want to fill in the head with white polish, of course. And then I'm just going to use black polish and draw the outline so you can see the hood kind of coming shape. And then you also want to draw like the little part that comes out, like his ears, I suppose. And then also you want to draw the back of the hood and continue outlining the white flower shape that will be his head. Then you don't want to do a scallop at the end. You want to just draw a straight line and then also another line, a vertical line, and then I'm going to do a slanted line on the left that kind of slopes towards the right. That stick would be the handle of the scythe. And then you just want to fill in the hood, which is black. Then I just went over his face again with some more white polish to make it opaque. Towards the middle of that bottom handle part, just put a blob of brown polish and then fill in the ear with white polish. Then use brown to fill in the inside of the hood, and then use black polish to fill in like the bottom part of the outfit, which is towards the bottom of the nail. And make sure to do the part that's to the left of like the handle of the scythe as well. Then I just went over it for a second coat so it's opaque. I did the hood as well. And then to show that this stick thing is a scythe, you want to show like the top part that actually attacks. So that's what I did there, and I'm just fixing up the handle and just outlining the brown part, which would be like his hand. And then you just fill out the bottom part of the scythe with white, and the top will be purple. And then just using a really light gray polish, just draw in his shadow, which is just like an arc that is going towards the right of your nail. And you can use white polish to clean it up as well. And then I'm just using black polish to draw on his face, which are two straight lines. And then you have two dots for the eyes, a dot for the nose, and then like three more lines coming down from there to finish out the snout. And then I'm just using a super light gray polish that just adds the shadows and the creases of the costume. So then we are going to be doing the middle nail, which is Chimmy's design. So I'm just starting with the basic outline of Chimmy's face. So then I'm doing the inside, and there's a lot of bandages, so I just took it step by step and made sure that the lines didn't run into each other or intersect too much, or else we would have a lot of cleaning up to do. And then I also did like his right ear, and then I continued with the bandages because I would now know where they can end with the right ear drawn. So along with the bandage, you want to make sure that like you have his whole face drawn and you don't have like the bandage covering his entire face. And then I also did the arms, so obviously there are two, and then there are like more details because the arms are also wrapped. And you also want to draw on the body. And then I started filling in the ears, and yes, I did draw the left ear. As you can see, I'm filling that in as well. And then I'm just using white to start like blocking out exactly where his face is and the bandages are, so I can keep track, and also to show you guys better what I've done exactly, because the black on the purple doesn't really show up too well. And it's okay for this step to be a bit messy, because you can always use black to go over the lines and kind of sharpen them up. So I'm also doing the top. This top part is also the bandage part. So yeah, we just keep doing that. And the bottom also has bandages as well, because the arms are bandaged. And then I go in with orange to fill in like the outline of his head. And then his body to some extent. So you can go over with white polish for any areas that are not as opaque as you'd want them to be. And now I'm just doing the right arm. And there's like a piece of like bandage that's kind of falling off the right arm, so that's what I drew in, and I continue filling in all the little outlines that I did. And now I'm just doing the face once everything is dried, and that's just 3 dots, honestly, super simple, and you can go over the lines and kind of crispen them up now. And I kind of left out the part that's dangling from his head, so that's what I did. And now I'm going to be drawing Cookie's design. So he's kind of like bending his knee and holding a skull, which is not immediately obvious in my first sketch, but you can see that I just kind of like fix it a bunch of times, and I'm finally able to get something that resembles the design. So obviously I start with the basic rabbit shape, and then for the body I start with the arm that's hanging down, and then it kind of like slopes into one of his legs, and one of the other leg is bent. So you can just represent that by like a little bump on the right of the nail. And then I just fill in the body with black polish. And that obviously includes the part around his face too. And then I just use white to fill in the skull part. Then I use the gray polish from before to add some more shadows and like highlights for Cookie. And I did mess up on his ear, so I used black polish to kind of fix that up. And then I did the little eye parts for the skull, and I fixed his bent leg. Now I'm going to draw the face, and I messed up so many times. Basically it's just one slanted line, a straight line, and 2 dots, but it's just so small that I had to like do it over and over until I got something that I liked. And then for the mouth, it's kind of like a dot at the top and then like a line down and a straight line at the bottom. And then I'm just drawing the bones, so that's pretty intuitive. It's kind of like 2 V's, and then there's like a line connecting them. And then I do like the ribs in the middle and also like the tailbone. So make sure to add the details to the bent leg and fix the face as well. And then I also fixed the skull. So that's Cookie, and for the pinky, it's going to be Mong and Shooky. So right now I'm drawing Mong. It starts with his ear, of course, and then I draw the basic like horse shape, and then his arms, as well as the beginning of his body. Then he has like the screw that's coming out. He's basically a Frankenstein, so he has a screw in his head, and then you also want to draw the snout. And I'm starting next with the basic shape of Shooky, so it's just a ghost, right? And then you have an oval in the top center, and then just draw the arms. Use white to start filling in Mong's shirt to show you guys what it looks like better. And I'm also using like black after every time I fill in something to make sure the lines are crisp, and I'm also using white to fill in the screw. And next I'm just going to start drawing his eye, and it's just going to be a white circle, and then you're going to have black around it and like a black center. But now I'm moving on to Shuki, who has an orange face, and Ma also is orange on the face. So you just want to fill in that outline that we drew earlier up to the ear as well. Make sure to fill in the ear. And also fill in his arm at the bottom, and also to outline the white dot that we drew before with black polish, and then to fill in the white parts of Shuki with white polish. And then I just redid the eye again, just filled it in with white and then dotted the center with black. And then I just drew the face for Shuki, which was super fast because it's so small, and then did his little arms. For the thumb, we have Tata and Koya. So I'm starting with an outline of Tata's head, which is just an uneven heart that's kind of like longer on the right side. And I'm also kind of adding his arm because he is resting up against like the bottom step of a tombstone. And then I also start drawing the top part of the tombstone to start mapping out where I can fit Koya. So then I have that, and then I'm going to add like the little wings of his costume because he is Dracula, and also add his left arm. And then I'm also doing the bottom. He has one leg kind of like raised up and against that bottom part of the tombstone, and I start drawing in the bottom part of the tombstone, of course, and also kind of connect the tombstone, the bottom and the top part that we drew. And I'm also starting to draw Koya, so I drew his two little arms that are resting against the tombstone, and then the top of his head. And you also want to draw his little wings and his little body that's against the tombstone, as well as his ears. Then I start filling out Tata's head with orange polish. Then fill out Koya's body, ears, and little arms with white polish. And the tombstone with gray. Then you can finish up the right wing of the costume with black polish and continue filling out the tombstone with gray polish. I'm just going over everything to make sure that they are opaque. Then it's time to fill out the rest of the costume with black polish. Then there's this gray part that's underneath the flap that I forgot to fill out, so that's what I did just now. And I'm also going to start the face with 2 dots, and then I'm drawing 2 horizontal lines on top of those dots, and then a kind of oval shape for the mouth at the bottom. Then you have to draw some lines on the tombstone itself that serve as kind of like an outline on the inside with thin black polish, and then just draw Koya's face, which are just 2 horizontal lines, and then this kind of teardrop shape for the nose, and then a line beneath that for the mouth. And I'm also using orange in the middle of the ears. Fill in Tata's mouth with white polish, and then Koya's wings with black polish. Then you just want to fix up any mistakes you have and also add the center line of Tata's mouth. And I'm also adding the orange polka dots to his costume and then just fixing up everything that needs to be fixed up, and also adding the horns for Koya. And then you are done with this BT21 Spooky Halloween nail art design. I'm just adding top coat to finish everything off and to seal the design, and then that's it for this video. So that's it for this BT21 Spooky Halloween inspired nail art design. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial and it was helpful to some extent. I hope that this nail art can complete whatever costume you have in mind and that you guys can have a happy, safe, and fun Halloween filled with sweets and lots of joy. So that's it for now. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then make sure to subscribe to this channel, Lacquer Lover, and I'll see you all in the next video very soon. Bye everyone!